I am Kate Kingerie. Make sure you find me on Twitter at Kingerie, Instagram at KatieKins1008, OnlyFans at KatieKins1008, and then if you want to book me, you can book me through Cox Models.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from right outside Kansas City in a small town of 2,000 people.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. I now live in Tampa, but I spent a couple years in Texas, so been all over the place.
Did you go to public school, private school?
I went to public school.
In grade school, do you have a favorite subject?
Math. I am a total nerd when it comes to numbers. Still am. I love it. I used to do calculus for fun. Like, that was my life.
Don't even know what you just said, but it sounds good. I know you're really young at that point. Do you have any idea what you want to do with the rest of your life?
I've always wanted to be an accountant. Which sounds so dumb when I say it to people because they're like, you want to what? But yeah, I always wanted to be like an accountant or something with numbers. And yeah, I started college for that, and then now I'm in porn.
We'll get there, but
Yeah.
in high school, were you a popular girl, a loner, a geek, a nerd?
I was a little emo girl. Everybody hated me. Everybody called me a whore, even though like I had one boyfriend in middle school and that was like literally it. Yeah, I didn't have very many friends. I had my sister and a couple other friends. That was it. Wasn't very popular.
Did you piss off the popular girl? Did you have sex with somebody's boyfriend that they called you a whore?
No.
How did all that come up?
Just rumors. Just rumors, stupid high school shit. I mean, the one boyfriend I did have was the quarterback, so like, and I was also a varsity cheerleader, so that didn't help anything. So I think it was just a lot of jealousy. A lot of jealousy.
In high school, do you have the same favorite subjects and everything?
Yep. I dropped out of high school at one point because I was like, I was just done. I didn't want to go anymore, and I only showed up for my calculus class, and then I would leave. So yeah, just math.
Did you go to your prom?
I did not. I wish I would have, looking back on it now, but like I was so bullied and people hated me so much that I just like didn't want to deal with it. But I wish I would have now. Like looking back on it, I wish I had had like that experience.
Oh, did the quarterback get what he wanted before and that's why he didn't take you?
Honestly, yeah, he dumped me for another girl after we fucked, so.
His loss.
His loss. He took my virginity too.
And in high school, did you send selfies to other people, other guys, pictures?
Yes. I did, but probably not until I was like a junior. I was pretty well behaved before then.
Were they nudes? Were they bikini? Were they risque?
Everything. Literally everything. I think I was very thirsty for attention at that point in my life.
Did whoever you sent the pictures to swear to you they didn't share them with anybody, but they did anyway?
Oh yeah, my nudes got sent all over my high school. Like everybody saw my nudes before probably my senior year.
Hence, that's how you became the whore.
Yeah. I would assume so. I mean, but at that point, like I was a whore, quote unquote, from like 7th grade on. Like at one point, somebody said I was like pregnant with triplets, and I'm tiny. I'm pretty sure you could like figure that out.
Okay. You remember the first time you saw something adult related, an adult movie, an adult anything?
First time. Yeah. Vaguely. It was, I know it was a little bit more hardcore, for sure. Definitely something along the lines of BDSM.
Thought ever crossed your mind that I could do that?
Yes. It's funny because my best friend who lives in LA, I've been friends with him for 15 years, and from probably the time I was 15 on, he was like, you're gonna end up in porn. Like, you have porn star titties, you're gonna end up in porn. So we laugh about it now because he's like, I literally called this 10 years ago.
Well, hopefully I'll see your titties later and see what porn star titties look like.
Absolutely.
That's another discussion. So, joking aside, did you do modeling or anything at that point?
I did. So I was signed with an agency in Kansas City when I was 12. I got out of modeling when I was about 15 or 16. Obviously mainstream stuff like JCPenney stuff. And then I kind of got older, wasn't as interested, got more tattoos, and that kind of pushed my modeling career kind of out the window. And here we are now.
Did any of those photographers try and get you to push you to do more, what do they call it, figure modeling?
Yeah. I want to say as I got a little bit older, yeah. Probably closer to when I was like 14 and I started getting giant boobs.
Porn star boobs.
Porn star titties.
At that point when you're modeling, are you doing it for the money or the attention?
I think it was both, honestly. I think it was both. I didn't get a whole lot of attention at home, so I think pretty much anything that I could get attention from, I was using to get attention.
Okay, you finished high school. I'm guessing you graduated.
Yes.
Did you go to college? Do you get a job? Do you?
I didn't go to college right away. I only finished a year and a semester. I waited a couple years, I partied my ass off, got into as much trouble as I possibly could, and I got, I didn't really have that great of a job. I was a photographer for 10 years. I worked for like a family-owned studio for a few years. Loved it. The pay was just trash.
And how did you get into photography, or how did you?
High school. I took a photography class in high school and kind of fell in love with it. And I was like, you know what? There's an opening at this studio. I learned a ton. I learned a lot, which helps me a lot now. So I was really grateful for that. I did that for about 10 years.
For you as a photographer, what is a good photo? Is it technically perfect? Is it composition? Is it image? Is it energy? Is it...
I have a love-hate relationship with that question because I feel like you can really go any way with that, like what really makes a perfect photo, but I really think composition is important.
Does it, the love-hate thing go with the fact that you're a model too?
Yes. It's hard being both because like one side of my brain is like, this is the right photography way to do it, and then my model brain is like arguing with my photography brain and is like, no, this is how I want to do it. It's crazy.
You mentioned earlier you're doing a photo shoot after this.
Yes.
5 minutes, 10 minutes into the shoot, can your brain say, this dude knows what he's doing, or dude, I'm just here?
Probably the first 2 minutes. Probably the first 2 minutes. But from all of his work that I've seen, he's a great photographer, so I'm excited.
And for model photos, once again, are they sexy or are they personality?
Both. Both. I definitely make sure my personality gets into everything because I am kind of a wild one. I'm very open. But yeah, I don't mess around with a whole lot of like fashion or anything like that. It's just usually very sexy and boom, I'm naked.
So you enjoy being naked?
I do. Who likes clothes?
Does social media change your perspective of a great photo?
Yes. I also have a love-hate relationship with social media because everybody is a photographer now. You can use your iPhone to do the same thing that, you know, my old $6,000 camera could do. Like,
And you're in the adult business.
yeah.
Is there a difference for you with modeling? Because most of the adult photographers, in my experience, are just looking to get, we call Gyno 101.
Yeah. I love it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, some of the photographers, man, can be really crazy. You definitely have to be a lot more careful. I learned that the hard way when I first got in the industry. Luckily, nothing bad happened. At the time I was married and my ex-husband was around, But it could have been potentially a very bad situation.
You're saying you met a sleazy photographer?
I met a very sleazy photographer. It was so bad, man. I look back on it now and I'm like, wow, that was probably one of the stupidest things I've ever done.
But you have no problem showing your vagina and all that?
No issue whatsoever.
She smiles.
I love being naked. I love it.
Well, if you got porn star titties.
And I got porn star titties. Look, here's the thing with the porn star titties. I show up on set all the freaking time, and people will literally ask me where I got my boobs done at. And it is the most offensive thing in the freaking world because I have perfect boobs and I grew them myself. I have 34 double Ds and they're absolutely perfect. And everybody asks me where I get them done at.
We're going to jump ahead to part of the interview later. I want to ask now.
Okay.
Have you ever used your perfect porn star titties to get something you wanted?
Absolutely. I get out of tickets all the fucking time.
Just tickets?
I get out of tickets. I mean, I'm sure I've used it to my advantage and just not known, but I use it for tickets, like knowingly. Get my way out of tickets.
Do they want to see them, or do they just see the cleavage and they stop thinking?
So you, usually what I do if I get pulled over, is I'll have like a sports bra or something on, and I'll just straight take my shirt off and just like throw it in my back seat and make sure my cleavage is like out and about, man. Like I'll make sure my nipples are like on the verge. Yeah, I have not had a ticket in a long time.
And the conversation is, yes, sir?
Yeah, it's usually like, do you know why I pulled you over? And it's like, yeah, I was speeding. And they're like, oh, well, let me get your license. They'll go do their thing, and then they come back, and it's like, I'm going to give you a warning this time. And I'm like, I know you are.
You know what a badge bunny is?
A badge bunny. Yes, actually, now that I was like, I have to put 2 and 2 together, but yes.
Would you do it?
I think I would do it for the experience.
But you don't have fantasies about boning cops in the back of a cop car?
I think everybody does at one point. I think everybody does. I mean, I would do it, maybe, with like a really hot cop. Yeah. I don't know, I wouldn't go out of my way for it, I don't think. But my whole life is full of sex now, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't have the same fantasies that I used to.
We'll come back to that. How do you make the transition into this wonderful business then?
Oh, man. How did I?
Yes, ma'am.
So my transition into the industry was not a smooth one by any means, and it was not a very happy story. I was married, and I was taking care of my ex-husband and his 3 kids, which good riddance to him. And he would not get a job. He played video games all day. We had a big house and 3 kids to take care of. So he was like, oh, well, instead of me getting a job, why don't we just post on Pornhub? And I'm like, I'm not posting on freaking Pornhub, dude. Like, I can't. Do you see the tattoos on my body? Like, it's going to get around in my hometown within 20 minutes. Okay, well, what if we had like our own website? And I kind of entertained the idea, and this was 4 years ago. So this was like before OnlyFans was even like relevant to anyone. And I was like, find a website that we can use, and sure. So got on OnlyFans, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. I've sold my nudes before. It just turned very dark very quickly because he still didn't get a job. I was working 80 hours a week at my regular job as a district manager on top of having to do OnlyFans full time. So I ended up leaving him. Which, fuck you. Because I know he's gonna watch this. I know he's gonna see it because I'm literally gonna send him the link. But I ended up moving back home from San Antonio, and I was like, you know what, this makes me feel like shit about myself, so like, I'm gonna stop doing it when I get home. And then I moved back home, realized that I could actually do it for myself, not because I was like being pimped out online, and I was like really empowered by that. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sign with an agency, and I did. So, and it's been like the best thing to ever happen to me. Ever.
Is the agency the one you're with now?
No. Agency that I will not name because I do not want to be attacked. But I started with a different agency. I'm with Cox Models now. First agency and I just did not work out very well. It was not a good fit for either one of us. So I found Cox Models, and the same day that the day after I left my old agency, I signed with Cox, and I have been extremely happy and blessed ever since.
What can you tell people about Cox Models?
Oh boy. So the man himself, Connor, is one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met. Also my boyfriend. So yeah, he kind of started out as my agent and turned into my best friend, and that kind of took on the world of its own. But I do like, the one thing that I liked a lot was they book with smaller producers as well. So it's not just these giant companies that hate tattoos or are super picky about girls, like, because everybody has many vids and clips for sale now. Like, there's other models booking models. So like, we book with smaller producers, and that's just more opportunity to work. So yeah.
Let's go back a step to the OnlyFans thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you decided to do that, was it a turn on knowing people would jack off to you fucking?
At first, not really, but I was also just like very naive. And for me, it was like such a rush of like having to get money, because we literally like had our lights shut off. We couldn't pay rent. Like, my dad was helping me pay rent. But like, once I got home, like back to Kansas City, and like actually focused on doing it for myself, I was like, oh shit, this is kind of hot. Like, I could kind of dig this. The video calls and stuff with like some of my fans, I was like, all right, I could actually probably get off to somebody getting off on me. Like, yeah, I love it.
Did you also enjoy having sex with strangers? I'm guessing I don't know Kansas City as far as a porn community.
So I'll have to tell you about this later, but my best friend and I call this stage of my life the Richard 2020 tour, which led me into porn that I am writing a book about. So, I went on this whole, like, after I left my ex-husband, this whole, like, literal cross-country road trip to fuck all these dudes that I've been wanting to fuck for a long time. So I think it was, like, in a span of, like, 4 or 5 weeks that, like, I had this whole bucket list of dudes that I was just checking off the boxes.
How did they get on this list?
Most of them are people that I've known for a really long time.
And you're the hit and run girl?
Yeah, kind of. One of them was actually supposed to be my wedding DJ.
That's actually a good porn scene.
You know what? It really is. And he's so fucking hot. I've known this man for like, I don't know, 8 years, and I was just like, I wanted to bang him so bad, but I always had a boyfriend, and then I had a husband. He was supposed to be my wedding DJ, and like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna drive all the way from Texas to St. Louis to go bang him.
Did you intimidate these people? I mean, you're a good-looking woman. The guy's probably had 2 chicks in his life. And you come in and you say, what, I'm gonna destroy you?
I basically, honestly, I hit him up on Facebook, and I was just like, listen, I've known you for a long time, you're fucking hot, and do you want to fuck? And he was like, wait, aren't you still with your ex? And I was like, no, we literally just, this happened like the next day after we split up. Like, I was like, no, we just split up, so I'm coming to Kansas City, can I come fuck you? And then I just sent him a bunch of nudes, and yeah, I spent like 4 days there, I fucked him for 4 days, and then left, went back a couple more times.
Did you film that stuff, or was that just private encounters?
I think I have a couple videos, I do. They never got posted anywhere, but they're somewhere in my spank bank.
And were you just doing BJ straight sex with them? Was there anal sex? Was there anything?
Everything. Literally, I have been wanting to fuck this man for so long. Like, BJ, I mean, I fucked him in the back of his truck behind a bar, like, did anal, like the whole 9 yards. I did not hold anything back.
For him or for you?
The anal?
All of
it. It was fucking great for me. I don't know how it was for him, but it was great for me.
Oh, after 4 days he stayed.
I mean, we still talk all the time too. So like, I would assume, like, yeah, I would assume it's good. It was good for him.
Okay, do you remember your first scene, where it was? And
Yes.
Actual adult scene, I guess.
Yes, I do. It was in LA, and it was through my first agency, which was just really not a great experience. I forgot who my first scene was with. It was...
That bad?
I don't remember who the male talent was. He was super sweet, though. He just couldn't get it up or keep it up. So I'm sorry if you're watching this. But he was super sweet. That didn't really go as planned. But I was booked for another scene. The next scene, the male talent was just extremely rude. So it's just my intro into porn was just a disaster, honestly. Like, enough that a normal girl probably would have been like, yo, I don't want to fuck with porn, like, if this is how it's always going to be. But I stuck to it, and I was willing to give it another shot.
Well, let's go to the first good scene, okay?
First good scene. Yeah.
You go to that shoot, at what point does it hit you that you're getting ready to shoot a porn film?
Oh, man. So my first good scene that I can actually think of that wasn't fetish or anything, it was just a straight boy girl, was with Connor Cox. And I was so fucking nervous, man. Like, I was totally fine for the week up to it because I was shooting like other stuff. And then like it came down to me getting into an Uber in Vegas and only I remember having 6 minutes to like mentally prepare myself for this man's fucking monster cock. And I was like in the Uber, like just freaking the fuck out. And I was like, holy shit, like I'm actually getting ready to do, hopefully, what I was hoping at the time was gonna be like a really good porno. And it was like terrifying, but also like really exhilarating. It was really cool, especially after having like 2 really just not great first scenes to start in porn.
You meet Connor, you're impressed with his personality or his big wee-wee?
Both. Yeah, we clicked instantly. Just like within, I don't know, the first 30 seconds. I mean, even before then, like we had been texting back and forth or whatever. Strictly work stuff, but he was super cool. We finished up, we'd done 3 boy girls that night and then a couple fetish scenes. And so it was a lot. And this cute ass man, my heart. I like get dressed. I had been like on the strip. It was later at night. So like I had a dress on because I went to meet some friends. So I like get all the way dressed. I get ready to call my Uber and he's like, are you sure you don't, like, do you want to just like stay? And I was like, I have my hotel, like it's 5 minutes away. It's not that big of a deal. And he was like, well, you can just stay if you want to. And I was like, dude, if you want me to stay, just freaking tell me to stay. So we ended up cuddling and then we fucked the next morning like 4 times. And then I couldn't walk straight for a solid week.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you have a tiny vagina.
Yeah.
Does that scare you, or with the big penis and?
Yeah. So I have a really shallow vagina, and very shallow, which is a problem with porn because all these men have giant dicks. Connor basically destroyed me. Still destroys me to this day, and I love it.
Face lights up.
Aw, does it?
Call me stupid, and most people have. But what's a shallow vagina?
A shallow vagina. So I was actually born with a, not birth defect, kind of. So it's called MRKH syndrome. I was born without a uterus. Well, I was born with half of a uterus and no cervix. So like my shit didn't form all the way like it should have. So like I'm just not as deep as regular girls. But I'm also super tight because of that. So kind of works out in my favor a little bit.
So then, sound like a smart ass, but when the penis goes in, where does it go?
So it goes in the hole. Like there's, it goes in the hole. It just like, I'm just not as deep. It's like, I wish I had Connor I wish I had some male talent to explain it, but like with Connor all the time, he's like, will you quit fucking pushing me out? And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. But yeah, I'm super tight and yeah, I'm just not as deep.
Prior to Cox Modeling, had you experienced the casting couch, or have you experienced it since? And I don't mean shooting.
No. I don't think so.
Well, how would you have handled it if you did?
I guess it would have really depended on the point in my life. But I've always just been like crazy, slutty. Oh, so I probably would have liked it. Probably wouldn't have even thought twice about it.
We joke about this, but what is a slutty hoe?
A steady hoe? So
Slutty
like, yeah, how do I explain that? I basically just really, really like sex and can't get enough of it, so pretty much I'm fucking as much as I could possibly fuck. At one point in my life, didn't really matter who it was. I just wanted to be a slut.
And what would be the easiest way? I mean, yeah, I'm guessing it's changed now because you have a relationship with Connor, but
Right.
what would have been the easiest way for a dude to get in your pants? Are you direct, girl? I walk up, I see you in a bar.
Tequila. You say bar, tequila. I am madly in love with tequila. Tequila is the love of my life. So, give me tequila, you pretty much got the door wide open for you.
And would you have sex in the bar, or would you have to go home, or?
I've been trying to get somebody to fuck me in a bar for the longest time. Nobody will. It's dumb.
Is the rush that people might watch you? You might get caught?
Yes, I have such a like, I want to fuck in public so bad. It's stupid.
Are you an attention whore?
I am. I am. You know what? I am.
Camera whore or attention whore?
Both. I mean, it's just, yeah, both, really.
Do you have a bucket list of places you want to have sex?
Do I have a bucket list? I don't know that I have a bucket list, but like there's definitely spontaneous moments that like I'm like, all right, we need to go fuck there. Like Connor and I fucked on a mountain, literally fucked on a mountain in Utah. And we drove by the specific place like 4 different times. I was like, please, can we go fuck on the mountain? Eventually he agreed. It was a lot of fun.
And being a camera woman, photographer, all of that, when you're fucking now, is your brain subconsciously even opening up for camera?
Yes.
Or looking for angles?
Yes. 150 freaking %, yes. Because like, it kind of sucks, but like, the positions aren't always super comfortable, but they look really fucking good on camera. So I try to like pay attention to like what's happening so that I don't have to have like a director like correcting me like 27 times, pushing my leg down or something because I'm being stupid. Happens every once in a while, but I try to pay attention to it.
I mean, forget shooting, just forget filming. You and Connor
Oh, just in general?
You and Connor go to this amazing mountain.
Oh yeah.
Does your brain go into, dude, look at the scenery?
I don't know, it really depends. Like, yeah, with that, it was definitely like, holy shit, look at everything else that's going on. Not necessarily porn brain, because a lot of times I do catch myself using my porn brain where everything just like revolves around porn, or how can I compare it to porn? But yeah, if I don't literally stop myself from thinking about it, I'll be in my porn brain.
How much different are you than the people see in camera? How much of this is an act?
How much of this is an act? Actually, none of it. You get literally just me 100% of the time. I'm a terrible actress, honestly. I'm a terrible actress.
I doubt that very much.
It's just who I am.
Sexually, freakier on camera, freakier at home?
Ooh. I would say probably freakier on camera. But I also like some really fucked up shit. So,
Such as?
I have a serious pain kink, like a very serious pain kink.
Is the pain, so you're into bondage and the whole bit?
I am into bondage and the whole bit. I'm so far deep into the whole of kink with some of like the things that I want that like most normal people would be like, you need to go to a psych ward.
Such as?
I like knife play. That's a thing.
I've already shot that.
Have you? I love knife play. Connor won't do it with me though. Fucking amazing. I love knife play. I feel like everybody should safely try knife play like one time because it's such an experience.
What else?
Man, what else? It's really, I mean, really for me, it's the pain kink. Anything painful. Like,
Do you know what a frape scene is?
what a what?
Frape. Fantasy rape.
Oh, like a CNC. Consent, non-consent. Or fantasy rape. Well, I guess that's different. Yeah. What am I talking about? Porn brain. Yes, I do.
You do it, not do it, interested, not interested.
I feel like I'd try it. I feel like I would try it because I do like consent, non-consent. So I'd probably try it. I don't know if I'd actually like it or not, but I'm literally open to everything at least once.
But in that situation, is the turn on for you that you're giving up control?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Control that they can literally do what they
Whatever
choose
the
to do?
hell they want. Yeah, and I just can't get over like that. The like letting somebody else have control is like a huge thing for my brain for some reason. Makes my brain happy.
Turns you on or makes your brain happy?
Both. I don't know. I'm kind of, yeah, both.
Have you ever gotten pushed into a situation where that went too far in the wrong direction, if there is a wrong direction?
Yes, I have. And did not end well for homeboy, so.
But we'll play devil's advocate, but did he think you wanted that?
No, at one point he literally knew that I wanted nothing to do with anything that was happening. And I gave him like a solid 3 seconds and I was like, I'm gonna fucking hurt you if you don't get off me. And I ended up breaking his arm and his nose, so.
Good for you.
Yeah, did 11 years of MMA. I'm not, I'm not the one to fuck with.
You do your first 2 or 3 scenes in porn, third one goes well.
Yeah.
At that point, do you take time off, or do you maybe decide that you just want to start shooting because some girls wait, think that they want to do it? And
I actually did not take any time off. I was just like, fuck it, let's go. Like, let's go. But also, between the first 2 scenes that I had and the actual, like, what I consider my first scene with Connor, I probably had a solid 3 months. Like, the other agency I was with literally was not even posting me as bookable on their website. So, like, they weren't even promoting me like they were telling me they were. So I had like a solid 2 or 3 months that I wasn't shooting after I got into porn.
right now, is this a career for you or a job?
Career, for sure. I'm still gonna finish my accounting degree though. Because I'm a nerd and I have to finish it, like I have to. But yeah, definitely making some career moves for sure. I want to be on set more. I'm working with a couple producers right now that I'm on set helping produce. So I'd really like to get more into that and kind of shoot as much as I'm shooting now. But yeah, definitely career. I don't think I'm going anywhere else. Like, porn is it for me.
What is your handle on OnlyFans?
KatieKins1008.
When you shoot for that, shoot stuff you think will sell or stuff you want to shoot?
Both. Honestly, if I have a chance to, at any point, record me fucking, then like, that's pretty much, it's gonna go on my OnlyFans.
And when you shoot a scene, we kind of talked about photography before, but when you shoot a porn scene, is a good porn scene to you energy, intense, and all that, or is it perfectly lit and you get to see everything and?
It's hard. I mean, I feel like there's definitely a balance, but you can have a scene that's perfectly lit. Everything is in frame where you need it to be. The girl looks hot, and cool. The sex is dope. Like, but if you don't have the energy that comes from the talents, there's nothing there. There's nothing to work with. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta have the energy. You gotta have girls show up and be like super bubbly and like a lot of fun to work with.
And for you, your OnlyFans, people come for personality or, dare I mention, all the crazy sex stuff they get to see?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I mean, I used to be on Instagram Live every day, so like people were subscribing to my OnlyFans from like my Instagram because I would go on there, and they were like, oh shit, she's not just like a robot that wants my money. Like, I actually want to talk to people and hang out with people. Like, so I think it's a little bit of both.
You do custom work?
I do. A lot.
Craziest request you got for a custom?
Man, I get the weirdest shit, okay? I talk to other OnlyFans girls, and they're like, where do you find these people? I don't know. They flock to me. They love me. I had a dude that like wanted to send me a Bud Light bottle that he drank, and then he wanted me to fuck myself in the ass with it, record it, piss in it, and send it back to him. I also went to high school with this dude. And he wanted like 30 minutes of me fucking myself in my ass with a Bud Light bottle that he drank out of.
Specifically Bud Light.
Specifically Bud Light. He wanted to send it to me, and I was like, man, this is too much for me. This is too personal for me.
When did it cross the line? That you knew him in school, that it was a Bud Light, that it was...
I don't fucking know, man. He used to make fun of me, and in like 8th grade, I actually got suspended because I beat his ass with a chair. So I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's like somewhere in his brain. He was like, oh, that was kind of hot. Like, she manhandled me a little bit. And then just like, that's how it formed. I don't know. I get a lot of people from my high school. Like, my reunion is next year. I cannot fucking wait.
Are you gonna do a gangbang there?
It's a potential, man. The amount of dudes that hit me up.
Tits?
It's the tits.
Revenge of the perfect tits.
Revenge of the perfect tits. I've already said, like, I'm gonna set myself up a little fucking booth and sign some autographs for these dumbasses.
Bud Light aside, what other crazy ideas have you got?
I mean, it really comes down to just shoving inanimate objects in my ass. Oh! I got one for you. Did you know there's a whole community of chicken people? I love you chicken people, because I know my chicken people are gonna see this. I get a lot of requests for chicken content, because I got looped into that by complete accident. So people want me to just cluck like a chicken instead of moan while I'm getting fucked. That's the thing. I get probably about 4 requests a day for that.
No anal chicken?
No anal chicken. I don't even want to be a chicken, but I got roped into that, and I love my chicken people. I do.
But would you do an anal chicken?
What I did, I don't. Man, see, that's another one of those things with the chickens that I'm like. I never thought I would be asked this question, but I would probably not. I don't know.
Since you're talking about your butt, tell us about your butt. Nice butt.
Thank you. I have a cute little booty. I don't have a whole lot, but she's cute. But what I lack in booty, I make up for with the titties. So I do like anal. I've only done 1 anal scene. That was only because there was a cancellation and it was offered to me, and I was like, fuck it, why not? But I am going to start booking anal.
But when was the first time you did anal?
Very early on. I was probably like 15.
On a dare, or was it?
Just, can I put it in your butt? And I was like, I mean, I guess, not supposed to go there, but let's figure it out together.
Since we didn't get a Bud Light bottle in your butt, what's the craziest thing that's been in your butt?
I don't think anything crazy's been in my butt.
What defines crazy to you? No brushes, no...
No, nothing. No inanimate objects. Everybody wants to stick inanimate objects in my ass, and I'm just like, why am I the one being sacrificed? No. Strap-ons, probably. That's really about it. Strap-ons are probably the weirdest thing that's been in my ass.
But you're saving that stuff for later in your career?
As far as anal?
As far as sticking fun stuff up your butt.
You know what? I've seen way too many, like, fucking, what show did it used to be? Sex Sent Me to the ER. I've seen too many freaking episodes of that shit where somebody gets something stuck in their ass and has to go to the ER. I'm not doing that.
So no 8 balls?
No. No beer
Apples?
bottles. First of all, I don't know why anybody even like wanted to put a beer bottle in my ass, because that seems just very dangerous. But yeah, no random things in my ass. I'm terrified.
But you wouldn't even do butt play on your OnlyFans?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Have you shot with the scene or with a fan? Have you considered shooting with the fan?
Have I shot with a fan? I don't. Yes and no. I had a photographer that turned into a fan that I ended up fucking on my Richard 2020 tour. But I don't know. I feel like somebody would try to kidnap me, and I'm really not down for that. So probably not, just in that aspect.
Do you ever think maybe you give out those vibes?
I probably do. Now that I think about it. I probably do give out those vibes a little bit. But like I also try to like, I don't know. I try to posture myself a lot actually. So that people don't fuck with me. But I feel like, I know I have some crazy ones that would kidnap me if they had a chance. Love y'all and everything, but I know it would happen. But if it was a safe situation, I think I would do it just for the thrill of it. If I knew I wasn't going to get kidnapped or hurt, I would do it.
You do anal, or you do the fan?
I'd do the fan.
Would you do anal with the fan?
Yeah. If it was a safe situation, then yeah, I probably would.
Any goals, anything in the business?
Man, do I want to call out a company right now?
Oh, get in line. But okay.
I want a fucking team skeet, dude. I want a team skeet.
What's so hard about that?
Team skeet will not book me because of my tattoos. I want a team skeet.
We'll have this discussion off camera.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I want another reality kings. I want a lot bigger scenes than I have out right now, for sure.
Vixen?
Vixen, I think, is everybody's freaking goal. I would love to have Vixen. Probably won't get a Vixen, but I would love to have a Vixen. I mean, I guess aim for the top, and Vixen's just very particular about their girls. Yeah, the tattoos really hold me back a lot with a lot of things in porn.
We'll have this discussion up. Awards matter?
I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth on whether they matter or not. I feel like it'd be dope to get a couple awards. I mean, for sure, I feel like that's kind of like a thing that I would like to happen. Yeah, I don't know.
Behind the camera, do you strictly want to be a director and you want to be a producer?
You know what? I really don't know right now. Other than I do enjoy being behind the camera. I think I'm just kind of testing the waters with a little bit of everything and figuring out what I like.
When you're not doing silly interviews like this, and you actually have time off, what do you like to do?
I don't have time off. I like being outside. If I was back in Kansas, I would be riding my horses. I would be hiking, doing anything outside. It's freaking hot in Florida. I live in Tampa now, so it's freaking hot and it's humid. I should go outside more, but I work too much. Other than that, I just like try to relax, watch a few TV shows. Yeah, even then, I'm still pretty much always working, always on my phone, but...
Do you have any celebrity crushes?
Celebrity crushes, yes. Jennifer Aniston. I'm coming for you.
What would you do to her if you could?
Oh, God. I'm pretty sure I would kidnap her and keep her to myself forever. I am super gay, so I love women. I would definitely scissor the fuck out of Jennifer Aniston. Same thing with Billie Eilish. Love Billie Eilish. She's fucking hot. As far as men, I have no idea.
Would you use a strap-on on Jennifer?
I feel like no. I feel like no. I don't think I would.
Why?
I feel like I would have to let Jennifer top. I feel like I usually talk with women because I cannot be submissive with women. I can't bottom with women. But I feel like I would have to let Jennifer talk. Yeah.
Could Billy and Jennifer repeat you with strap-ons?
Yes. I would, you know what? At that point, I would have already lived out everything that I've wanted to do in life. And if a plane crashed on top of me at that exact moment, I would be totally fine.
Who would you prefer fuck you in the ass?
Billy.
Because?
I don't know. Billy just gives me vibes. She gives me kind of like a little bit kinkier vibes. I don't know. It could go either way. I'm really good at reading people, but I don't know. I feel like it could go either way.
You mentioned you were into women. Do you
Yes.
have a look for you? Do you have a look?
Do I have a look? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I just fucking love women. I love pussy, so it's like really, I'm not picky, man.
And you're sub with men?
Yeah.
Completely?
For the most part. When it comes to fetish, like when I get booked for fetish, the only time I'm not is when I'm doing like ball busting. And then obviously I'm not submissive. But yeah, it's just easier for me to be submissive with men.
I'm probably afraid to ask this, but do you get turned on by doing a strap-on with guys?
Yes, I love pegging. I'm wild. Yes, I love pegging. Oh, God.
Is that a power thing for you? Is that like some weird
Yeah,
thing you're
I was
taking
gonna
out?
say back to my ex-husband. That's how I used to take my anger out on him. So,
Peg your husband?
yeah.
Did you make him bleed?
Probably a couple times, probably.
And that made you happy?
It made me very happy. He wouldn't fuck me, man, unless I fucked him in the ass, so, like...
Whatever floats your boat. Your family and friends, people know you're in the business?
Yes.
Everybody's cool?
So my parents are Russian. We'll just start with that. My parents are fucking crazy. So my dad found out and lost his shit. He knew, but he didn't like have confirmation. So he was not happy, but I was kind of like, dude, don't ask questions that you don't want answers to. But if you ask me a second time, I'm going to be honest with you because I'm an adult. Like, I'm not 17 anymore. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. So he just doesn't ask questions anymore. My friends know and support me a lot. I do, when I was in Kansas, I used to have watch parties with my friends. When I had a new porno come out, they would have like all of our friends come over and watch my porn with me.
Is that a silent room? Is that a...
It's no, definitely not a silent room. It's a, how the fuck are you bending like that? What are you doing with your leg? That looks really uncomfortable. Did that actually feel good? Did you actually come? Like, so many questions, and because they all have very vanilla lives. And so definitely it's never a silent room. Now we do it over Zoom.
And can you tell with the guys who are kind of getting turned on, but they're trying to not look like they're getting turned on? Watching you get boned?
What do you mean? Wait, say that again?
I've got this weird image in my head of like a Taylor Swift listening party.
Yeah.
In this case, you're with a bunch of people you grew up with and they're guys.
Oh, yeah.
And they're watching you give a blowjob. Mm-hmm. And they're like, they're getting turned on, but they think you might think they're weird if you see them getting turned on.
That's, yeah. You know what? I'm trying to think, like, I have a couple guy friends that watch my porn, that have like watched my porn with me, and it definitely does create a very weird vibe of like, these are people that I've never had any like sexual connection with at all. And it's definitely the weird vibe of like, they'll look at me and then they'll like look back at their phone and watch the porn and then like look at me again, and I'm like, dude, I see you looking at me, you're watching my porn, like it's okay to be turned on, I know I'm fucking hot.